16 minutes of Michael Jordan facts that will convince you that he is the undisputed GOAT. Y'all already know what time it is, guys. We've been on this journey. We've been seeing a lot. We've been hearing a lot. I've been seeing y'all comments. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'm not even going to hold y'all. We just going to jump into it and see what these facts about. With that being said, do me two favors before we jump into it. Like the video. By liking the video with YouTube algorithm works, YouTube will push the video out to more people. You'll be directly helping me to grow it. Also, by spazzing out on that like button, you're going to let me know that you want me to come back with more of this type of content. But also subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get the hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Everyone subscriber counts. So everybody that watched the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll be at our goals ASAP. You know what I'm saying? So like, subscribe, spaz out at the bottom. It's all free. You're just helping me to grow. I appreciate that. But with that being said, we just gonna go ahead and jump into it. Let's get it.
Welcome to the Squad Dawkins channel. Here we bring you every fact that will convince you Michael Jordan is the absolute basketball GOAT. Michael Jordan's final game as a Chicago Bull was a legendary and iconic as his sidekick Scottie Pippen was dealing with back problems, and as a result, Jordan had to carry the Bulls. MJ scored 45 of the Bulls' 87 points in that championship clinching game. That means a 35-year-old Jordan in his final game with the Bulls scored 51.7% of his team's points. Since the NBA and ABA merger in 1976, that is the highest percentage in NBA Finals history. On the evening of October 25th in 1984, MJ's legacy almost ended before it started. The Bulls were playing their first regular season game of the year, and early in the game, Jordan went up for his first official NBA dunk attempt, and it ended up extremely ugly. The defender's leg is caught underneath him, resulting in an awkward and painful landing. Fortunately, after a few moments, young MJ was okay and continued to play in the game. But if that angle had just been slightly different on the landing, it could have resulted in a broken shooting arm or even damage to his neck.
That was a hard fall.
Despite the terrible experience on his first dunk attempt, MJ managed a few successful dunks in his career. Scoring leaders usually don't win championships unless your name is Michael Jordan. In the history of the NBA, there have been a total of 5 players who won the championship while leading the league in scoring. And those players are Joe Fulks, George Mikan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Michael Jordan, and Shaquille O'Neal. The craziest part is that MJ has done it more times than all other players of NBA history combined. Only 2 players in league history have averaged over 30 points and over 10 assists in a single NBA Finals series. These are the 2 players who continue to find themselves on their own list: Michael Jordan and LeBron James. MJ did it in 1991 against the Lakers, while LeBron did it twice, in 2017 and 2018 against the Warriors. Michael Jordan absolutely dominated his era, and no stat may better sum up the extent of his dominance than this one. From November of 1990 until his retirement in 1998, MJ never lost 3 games in a row. That's a streak of 632 games, which is easily the longest streak by a player in NBA history. Even the super team of the Warriors with Kevin Durant couldn't accomplish that same feat of avoiding a 3-game losing streak in any of their 3 seasons together. And this was one of the greatest and arguably the most overpowered team in league. The Chicago Bulls set the NBA record for the greatest regular season with a 72-10 record, which made them the first team in league history to eclipse 70 wins in a season. Not only did the Bulls win 72 games in 1996, but they were extremely close to reaching the 70-win mark in the following season as well. In the 1996-97 regular season, the Bulls actually had 69 wins heading into their final 2 regular season games. The first game was in Miami against the solid Heat team that they would later meet in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Heat won this regular season contest by 10 points. The final game of the regular season was against their rivals, the New York Knicks. The game was extremely tight throughout, with both teams making incredibly clutch baskets down the stretch. Chicago would have the last shot though, but Pippen, who had a good look, missed it pretty badly. If this shot had gone in, then the Bulls would have achieved something that no other team has done before for the 2nd straight season. Roughly 4 years after his 63-point playoff performance against the Boston Celtics, the GOAT Michael Jordan added to his postseason lore over a 2-game stretch. In the 1988 playoffs, MJ became the first player in NBA history to log back-to-back 50-point games in the playoffs. In Game 1 of a first-round series with the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jordan scored 50 points on 19 for 35 shooting, sinking all 12 of his free throws. Then came Game 2 3 days later on May 1st, 1988. Jordan one-upped himself with a 55-point game against the Cavs. He shot 24 for 45 overall and was 7 for 7 from the free throw line as the Bulls built a 2-0 series edge. The Cavs forced a decisive game.
Hold on. Back-to-back games? Back-to-back 50-point games in the playoffs? I don't think y'all understand how hard that is. Now, I ain't gonna lie. That's pretty decent. That's pretty dang decent. And the other thing I do want to speak on just real quick is he spoke on the best season. I think it was 73 wins. He was talking about the best season ever up to that point. But then he made it a point to say right after that not only did they do that, they damn near eclipsed a 70-win season the very next season. Oh my goodness. That is insane. How do you, the best record ever, and then you backdoor and you almost have a whole nother 70-win season? I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie. He does have some really good feats. He does do some really good things. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to winning, and he was a different monster. I'm not gonna lie. Let's jump back into it.
5, but Jordan delivered there too. His 39 points powered a series-clinching 107-101 Bulls win. There have been many explosive scores throughout the league's history, but there are a few players who could score in bunches while remaining extremely efficient. For example, Tracy McGrady had just 8 games in his career where he scored at least 40 points while shooting at least 60% from the field. Kobe had 23 of those games, and well beyond that is Michael Jordan, who had 70 games where he scored at least 40 points on at least...
Oh my goodness. What? I'm sorry, y'all. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. We just said Kobe and T-Mac. And I'm thinking like, hey, okay, this is good company. It's about to be a nice little stat right here. I think he said Kobe had like 20. This man had 60% shooting with 40 points. Impossible. God dang. And you, T-Mac and Kobe were two of the other best shooting guards to ever play the game. So like, to triple, dang near quadruple that? What? Dang. Let's get back into it.
60% shooting from the field. To put that in perspective, throughout his career, LeBron James has a total of 74 games where he scored at least 40 points, and that's in total, regardless of efficiency. Out of the 74, LeBron shot 60% in only 35 games.
Oh my goodness.
MJ is the only player in NBA history to win an MVP, a scoring title, first team all-defense and NBA championship, and a finals MVP all in the same season. And amazingly, he did this 4 times.
Season is crazy.
Jordan is the player with the most combinations of scoring titles and all-defensive first-team honors with 9. He's also the only player to win the scoring title and the Defensive Player of the Year award in the same season. His 35-point scoring average is the highest for any Defensive Player of the Year winner. Jordan won the NBA championship and the scoring title in the same season 6 times, most by any player, and his 32.6 scoring average is the highest for any player in a championship season. MJ is the only perimeter player in NBA history to average 30 points in a single season while shooting 50% from the field. And he did it 5 times. Scoring was obviously Jordan's standout skill, and he still holds the all-time record for leading the NBA in total points scored 11 times. Additionally, it is also an all-time record that Jordan led the NBA in scoring 10 times. Also, an all-time record is Michael's career regular season scoring average of 30.12 points per game. He also holds the all-time playoff points per game record with 33.5 points per game. In the playoffs, MJ was a killer. He still has the all-time record for most points ever in a playoff game with 63 against the Celtics in 1986. Jordan's first ever game where he scored over 50 points was the 63 in the playoffs. Jordan set a still-standing playoff record in the 1991 Finals against the Lakers when he scored on 13 consecutive field goals without a miss.
Jordan, spectacular by Michael Jordan. That's 13 consecutive field goals.
That is a finals record, but it is also an all-time playoff record. Another all-time playoff record MJ still holds is that he made 24 shots from the field against Cleveland in 1988. Against Detroit in 1991, Jordan made 13 free throws in a quarter, which is still an all-time playoff record. MJ holds the all-time record with 8 50-plus point playoff games. He also holds the all-time playoff record for most 40-plus point games with 38. Another all-time record Jordan holds is another playoff record. He is the only player in NBA history to never once score under 15 points in any playoff game he ever played in. MJ holds the all-time record by being the only player in NBA history to never once score under 20 points in a finals game.
Oh
The
my
most
goodness.
underrated aspect of MJ's game was definitely his shot blocking. If MJ isn't the greatest shot blocking guard in the history of the game,
I believe
then he's
that.
certainly in the top 3. On
Definitely.
defense, Michael was a very sneaky and
He's either one or
intelligent
two, to be
player who
honest.
could read a defense and respond accordingly as the help defender. Combine that with his insane quickness, agility, and leaping ability, and you have the recipe for an all-time great shot blocking wing. MJ has the most blocks by a guard in a single season, which was a total of 131, and the 1987-88 season. And unsurprisingly, that was the season he won the Defensive Player of the Year. Not only is he first on the all-time list, but he's also in the second spot as he blocked 125 shots in the 1986-87
Oh, look,
season.
T-Mac is up there. That's
In
crazy.
that
I didn't think T-Mac.
1986-87
Okay.
season, he began a career-long onslaught on the NBA record book. That year saw him average 37.1 points in the first of 7 consecutive seasons in which he led the league in scoring and topped 30 points per contest. In the spring of 1989, Bulls coach Doug Collins moved Jordan to the point guard position. As the point guard, Jordan had a streak where he had 7 straight triple-doubles and 10 triple-doubles in 11 games. In the final 24 games as the point guard, Jordan averaged over 30 points, over 9 rebounds, and over 10 assists, all while being efficient on offense and dominant on defense. On the year, he was first in win shares, first in player efficiency rating, and first in plus-minus. As we all know, MJ reached 6 NBA Finals, he has 6 rings, and he missed 6 regular season games in those 6 championship seasons combined. Drafted in 1984, Jordan played all 82 games in his very first season. It was the first of 9 whole seasons where MJ would play all 82 games. However, the following season, MJ sustained a broken foot injury and sat out for almost the entirety of 1985-86 campaign. It is almost incredible that,
Man, it's
excluding
Thanos.
that season, MJ missed only 7 games in the 12 seasons he played with the Bulls. By MJ, he felt an obligation to play every day.
He felt an
This man was
obligation to play
durable.
every game.
Yeah.
I mean, he knew, not just for a television audience, but he knew, and every time he played, there were families, there were others who would save their money, potentially scalp the ticket in those days, as they called it, to see Michael Jordan play.
Jordan remains one of the most
Oh, wait.
impressive
Let me
athletes-
say something right there. Let me say something right there. I gotta stop it right there. That's a big difference between today's NBA and back then old school NBA. These players do not appreciate and have the love for the game, I want to say, and for the fandom and the respect for them. This is the man. And he tried to make it a point to play 82 games because he knew these families were coming to watch them. This load management stuff is what if a family in today's NBA came to see a Jason Tatum and they didn't saved up, and then all y'all load managing, and he not playing this game? That to me, it's ridiculous. As much as they get paid, they should be on the court. Load management, come on now. That's one of the things I hate the most. And that's something about the old school game. That's a big aspect about the old school game that stands out the most. Like, old school basketball is a lot better. Rough, tough, rugged. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't calling fouls every 2 seconds for the little taps on the finger. That's a big difference right there. And these players nowadays, they not built like that. They not built like that. They not trying to make sure they play 82 games. They not even that much worried about that type of stuff for the fandom. Like, oh, I want to make sure I'm here because these families saved to come see me. They don't care. The family saved to come see him. They make it to that one home game that they was able to make it to the one game for the year. And you're not playing because they load managing. That's insane to me. Like, the old school NBA might have been a little bit better. I'm not going to care. It might have been a little bit better. Let's jump back into it. Let's get it.
The NBA has ever seen. By reports, in North Carolina, he ran a 40-yard dash in an amazing 4.3 seconds.
And I'll never forget this. His sophomore year,
Or-
ran 40 yards. Me and Coach Guthridge and our trainer, Mark Carnes, we all three had hand stopwatches, so we're not professional timers by any means. But he crossed the line, I looked, and I said, wow. I said, Coach Guthridge, what'd you get? And he looked at me, and then Mark Davis said, I got 4.39. And Coach Guthridge said, I got 4.38. And I said, I did too. And so I waited a couple of, I said, Michael, we missed your start. We made a mistake here. Come on, I need you to run it again. And he said, oh, too fast for you, huh? I'll never forget that. And he goes back to the line and runs it again. And all of us got below 4.4 as a sophomore. So he went from 6'4.5" to 6'6" and got faster.
We all know MJ could leap out of the gym,
That's
but his
crazy.
speed was ridiculous too. He could run like Deion Sanders. Imagine Klay Thompson's frame combined with Allen Iverson's agility and Russell Westbrook's speed. He might not have been as big or as strong as
That's
LeBron
Thanos.
James, but Jordan made up for that with elite quickness. Now add that to his 48 inches vertical leap and you have the most athletic player to ever play basketball. MJ's once-in-a-lifetime greatness could be seen as soon as he set foot on the court for
You
the
could definitely
first
see
time.
it.
In his rookie season, he took the league by storm, displaying his elite athleticism as he averaged 28.2 points, 6.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists, and 2.4 steals on 51.5% shooting. He finished third in scoring and fourth in steals, but for the Bulls specifically, his value was off the charts as he led his team in points, rebounds, assists, and
goodness.
steals. He's the only rookie in history
He
who's ever
came
done
into
that.
the league
With
dominating.
Jordan at the wheel, the Bulls improved 11 wins over the previous season, and even Larry Bird said that he's never seen a player improve a team more than MJ did. Jordan wore number 12 for one game. On February 14th, 1990, Jordan scored 49 points wearing number 12 on a loss to the Magic. The only player in NBA history to score more points in a single game while wearing 12 is Hall of Famer George.
Why did he have on 12?
Jordan's salary in 1995-96 was $3.85 million, which ranked 32nd in the NBA that season. Players with higher salaries that season included Benoit Benjamin, Brian Shaw, Danny Ferry, and Dale Davis. For his career, Jordan was 9 of 18 shooting in the playoffs on potential game-tying or go-ahead shots in the final 24 seconds of the fourth quarter. or
50%?
overtime. He was a perfect 3 of 3 on such shots in games when his team faced elimination and 4 of 7 when his team had an opportunity to clinch. By the end of his tenure with the Bulls, Jordan had developed into the game's best mid-range scorer. His final 2 seasons in Chicago, Jordan made 997 mid-range shots, over 250 more than any
Oh
other
my
player.
goodness.
In his final season with the Wizards, when he turned 40 years old, Jordan dunked 21 times. To put things into perspective, in his final season with the Lakers, the 37-years-old Kobe Bryant has dunked 4 times.
That's a big difference.
MJ's title teams did not blow leads. In the 6 seasons they won the title, they were 42-0 in the playoffs and 210-5 in the
42-0
regular
in the
season, when
playoffs?
leading by 10 or more entering the fourth quarter.
Oh, when leading by 10, okay.
Jordan was returning to the NBA as a 38-year-old who was trying to get back into basketball shape. The comeback had plenty of physical obstacles as well. Jordan was heading into his return dealing with tendonitis in his wrist and in both of his knees. During a pickup game that offseason, Ron Artest had broke 2 of Jordan's ribs while playing physical defense on MJ.
One day, me and Mike
Dang.
were just like tussling hard. He wanted this position. I'm like, nah, you can't have this position. You know what I'm saying? So when I was trying to deny him and get his arm out the way, my elbow hit him in the ribs, and his ribs cracked.
Jordan would also go on to have fluid drained from his knees multiple times throughout that year. Michael Jordan was joining a Wizards team who had finished the previous season with a 3rd worst record in the entire NBA at 19-63. Despite the fact that they were playing in a much weaker Eastern Conference, they also had the 2nd worst defense in the league in terms of opponents' points per game. The Wizards started the season with a 26-21 record, and on the 47th game, Jordan collided with a teammate and tore his meniscus. He tried to play through the pain and on reduced minutes, but after another 14 games, he had arthroscopic knee surgery to repair the knee, and his season was
Bro,
over.
he was a
Before
tough
Jordan's
son of a
injury
gun.
occurred, MJ was averaging 25.1 points per game, 6.2 assists, 5.3 rebounds, and 1.5 steals per game. In his last 20 games leading up
At
to his
38?
injury, MJ was averaging 27.5 points points per game, 6.4 assists, 5.2 rebounds, and 1.3 steals per game on 44% shooting.
Oh.
In his last 10 games leading up to the injury, MJ was averaging 29 points, 6.6 assists, 6.1 rebounds, 1.2 steals on 47% shooting.
He was shaking back.
Also, before Jordan was injured, the Wizards were on a 47-win pace and were well in the playoff hunt. Up to that point, no team in NBA history had ever been a sub-20 win team and gone on to have a winning record the following season. Aging MJ had the Wizards well on their way up until the meniscus happened. Not only did Jordan take one of the worst teams in the league and make them competitive, but had it not been for his knee injury, the Wizards would have had a legitimate shot at the first seed in the Eastern Conference. Jordan started the first 15 games of the 2002-2003 season coming off of the bench. In his second season in Washington, Jordan was the only Wizard to play all 82 games, and he was 40 years old.
Wait. First of all, that is insane. That is freaking insane. As a 38-year-old, he had them on pace from being the worst team to dang near the first team, the first seed. If the injuries wouldn't happen, then he comes back for age 40 season and plays 82 games. Man, this man is different. That is in what? All the pain, they talking about tendonitis, had to take fluid out of his knees, all that, but he was still playing winning basketball. And he was 38. He was 38 to take the Wizards. Y'all don't know how big of a feat that is to take them from a team that literally was the bottom team, maybe the 19 wins, did they say something like that? Today they're a 47-win season, which could have been comparable to be the first seed. Just to get them in the playoffs is insane. And then at 40 to play 82 games? Yeah, like I said, man, the new NBA, they gotta toughen up. They gotta toughen up. They gotta do something. This man was 40 and he came out there and oh my goodness. Let's jump back into it. We almost done. Let's get it.
Became the only 40-year-old in NBA history to score over 40 points in a game, which he did several times that season. He also became the oldest player in NBA history to average at least 20 points per game. Tell us in the comments, what do you think is the most impressive Michael Jordan fact? And if you enjoy this video, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. For even more basketball content, subscribe to our other channels, Free Dawkins and Vintage Dawkins, and follow us on social media.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. The Wizard stuff is crazy. 40 years old, the oldest 40-year-old, he was still hooping. He still had gas at 40 for the Wizards, man. He still had gas. I don't know too much about that Wizards season, so we're going to do a lot more research on those Wizards seasons. Because, first of all, to come back after the injuries, after that first season, to be showing up all those young guys that's on the court, you know what? Y'all got it. This man goated. This man goated. Not only is he goated, he's possibly he's the top guy. He gotta be number one. It's hard because we can go 1A, 1B. How about that? 1A, 1B. It don't matter who we put. LeBron Jordan. Let me chill. He goated, man. Y'all got it. Some of these stats, like the way this video went, it made him seem like he had a lot, like more records than anybody. Like he has the most records, like period. He was just. He has the record for this, the record for this, the record for that. This video was very convincing. This video was, and it's like, I can see why they said undisputed, because even what he did for the Bulls is unmatched. 3 peats back to back. That season where he won MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, scoring title, all. This man is Thanos, man. Oh, okay. Y'all got it. This man goated, man. We starting to see it, Mo. We still on this journey. And honestly, the craziest part is the stats. The winning stats. The percentages. When you start looking at the percentages and the stats, you can clearly see how he's light years ahead of other people. This man was nice. Y'all got it. I'm not gonna hate on this one. There was nothing to hate on in this video. Like, they made him seem like a god in this. So It is what it is. I do think that those last couple of seasons with the Wizards are very interesting though, because at that age to still be balling, to come out of did he come out of retirement again? Let me know the story. We go dig deeper into that. They said 38, and then he played his age 40 season too. But the age 38 season, they was on pace to be the #1 seed. This man had so many injuries, so much stuff going on. His body was fading at that point, and he was still great. That's insane. That's insane. Let me know what we should be watching next, man. We might check out those Wizards season next. If y'all drop down in the comments what y'all want to see next, I'm going to get to it, bro. Like the video. By liking the video, the way YouTube algorithm works, YouTube will push the video out to more people. You'll be directly helping me to grow. And also by liking the video, you'll be letting me know you want to see more Jordan videos on the channel. And we're going to have to check out a lot more because it's been a crazy journey, man. This man was on a whole different freaking level. One more thing, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get the hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Everyone subscriber count. So if everybody that watched the video, subscribe to the channel. We be at hundreds of thousands of subscribers ASAP. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. If you're made all the way through the video, you the real MVP. I hope you know what it is. Until next time, I'm out your dick.